Welcome back to 8 Minute AI. Last week, we attended the AI Rising conference in Columbus, Ohio. This conference was put on by Dan Greenleaf and Elizabeth Talia. For this episode, we're going to cover some of the highlights of this conference. The mission statement for AI Rising is to make AI fun, practical, and accessible for IT and also business leaders.
So the day started with an opening keynote from Ryan Frederick of Transform Labs. His keynote was focused on the macro impacts of AI. One of the first things he stated was AI participation is not optional. If you're not participating, you're going to be left behind. But his keynote touched on all sorts of business sectors and the economy, jobs, national security, education, energy, kind of went into how each piece of it's changing because of AI. He repeated a good quote from Wayne Gretzky, skate where the puck is going, not where it is.
Well, that was part of his talk, right? Like, that's kind of where he led to his predictions or potential outcomes or fallout from adoption of AI and where it applies to, right? Whether it be like the service industry or security or even humanoid robots. He kind of went all over the place, even rare earth minerals and how that plays into the whole landscape of AI and politics in general, like, right? So that was kind of fun to kind of like do that thought exercise, right? Like the what ifs of what happens, and if we're focused on where the puck is going, how does it affect developers? How does it affect businesses? How does it affect countries working with each other? Those are all kind of intertwined. So it's nice for him to kind of like bring it up.
And I would say he definitely focused on how he feels the economy will make a shift more towards experience based sectors, automation increases, but really more of an emphasis on businesses will have more of a human connection and personalized services approach versus right now we're kind of in like a transition period. My most favorite session of the day was with Chris Slee. He's a principal technologist at Transform Labs, and he's also a CTO of Include Health. He is such an entertaining speaker. He's funny, he's engaging. Whole room was laughing. It was great. He covered navigating the future of work, and he had different topics, but essentially the gist was, we all know AI is reshaping what we're doing at work, can take care of repetitive tasks and enable faster collaboration when we're working on teams. He pointed out that remote and hybrid work is a lot more common today. He asked the room to raise your hands if you are not working remote, and there was only two of us out of a room of probably like 40, 50 people. And he did point out that roles seem to be blending a lot more with broader responsibilities now that AI is in the mix, and that employee performance is going to shift. It's starting to be measured less by like your time spent on things and more by how effectively you're using AI tools. So since some tasks can be completed fairly instantly using AI, skill sets tend to have a shorter shelf life. And so he feels the need is that you need to constantly be learning, upskilling, and really staying on top of the best AI tools. He also pointed out as an employee, if you're interested in AI, you really need to practice with AI tools. You can share insights, but also embrace failures because failures are part of learning. Don't learn if you don't fail. The goal is to become the AI go-to person in your work environment. That you want to treat AI as an extension of human capability rather than like replacing your job. So if you're worried about job replacement, you really need to just start using AI, get used to it, try to be the AI go-to person in your environment. And the last thing he talked about was really just the over reliance of AI and how that risks eroding memory and eroding critical thinking. Obviously, themes we've talked about previously. And he drew an analogy that really the future depends on maintaining a healthy balance. And we're choosing either between a Wall-E path of dependency or a Star Trek path of thoughtful integration. And so we want obviously to go the Star Trek path because Star Trek is cool and integrating AI is very helpful.
Last session I went to was fireside talk on 100x productivity, software development focused, but there were some good key themes that I think apply all over the place. The consensus between all the panelists was the biggest risk for AI for software development. The code being written by AI is only as good as the person instructing the AI.
I went to the same talk. A couple key quotes that kind of, again, resonated was AI is expertise, not experience. So don't be fooled by, it being able to do a lot of stuff. It isn't really reflecting a lot of experience that like maybe a full-time worker might be bringing. One quote that we got from one of the panelists, Laurie Kenley, was that copilot helps you, but you still need to land the plane. That kind of harkens back to the whole, where the developers sit on the stack and, it can get you all the way or almost all the way, but you still need to, essentially land the plane and make sure everything is right and what you're expecting to have.
I had the wonderful opportunity to get Laurie Kenley's input on AI. Laurie gave me her take on how it will further accelerate human strengths.
So my name is Laurie Kenley. I am the founder and CEO of Silica Intelligence. I worked at Microsoft and I was part of their AI champion network to help them adopt their own AI products. And this is my AI hot take. Right now, AI is very much an assistant, right? It can help you do things. It's not going to take over the world. We're not going to get Terminators yet. But we're not even close to that, right? So in the industry, what I hear people doing is saying, "Oh, we're gonna get rid of all the entry-level people because we don't need them anymore because AI will do it." And then at the top, we're like, "We're gonna get rid of all our expensive, experienced people because we don't need them anymore. AI will do it." And so then they keep the people that are the most mediocre, who will walk the line and be the soldiers and do what they're told, and they are the people that will never make a difference one time. So as organizations are cutting off their nose to spite their face in the name of cost savings because they can't figure out how to use AI, they are not only limiting their future earnings, but they're cutting off their present as well. So that's my hot take about what corporate America is doing with AI. That said, I believe that AI is here to accelerate humans. I believe that humans, every single idea that has ever been created in the history of the world has been created by a human. And right now, humans are still the best creators on the planet, and that will always be so. Humans are here to create. AI is here to accelerate that creation. Humans are also here to connect, right? Relationships, things like sales, things like marketing, knowing how a human will talk to another human about a product cannot be replicated by something that is not human. So humans are here to create, they're here to connect. AI is here to accelerate, and intelligent automation is here to liberate those humans from toil and churn so that they will be able to do more of the creating and more of the connection faster and better for cheaper. And that is my AI hot take. Do I still have more time?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Let's talk about more hot takes here. So I think that there's no better time to start learning AI. Well, the best time to start learning AI was yesterday, but the second best time to start learning AI is right now. And how I want you to start learning AI is conversationally. Use it instead of Google. Also, with a grain of salt, take this thing as if it was your neighbor Bob giving you advice. You wouldn't just blindly go do what Bob said, and if you do, I have some questions about you. So take this with a grain of salt, trust but verify, start conversationally, then move into having it do things for you, again, trust but verify. And over time, when you feel more comfortable with the conversational and the task performance, then you can have it start reasoning over things for you. But you cannot skip these steps. You must learn to do it. You must get comfortable with how it works. And then always, always that grain of salt with your neighbor Bob is in the middle of everything you do, but it will help you go faster and build an AI-powered life that is more sustainable and more truer and more beautiful to you if you use it that way.
We hope you enjoyed listening to Laurie's take on AI.
Don't forget to question Bob.
That wraps things up today. Thanks for listening to 8-Minute AI.
Join us next week for an episode on GPT-5. Don't forget to subscribe and tell all your friends about us.
Bye.